How's it going, you sexy beast? Happy Sunday, one and all. My name's Drath, and we're back with another Subscriber Sunday Q&A. This week's episode is going back to its grassroots since I feel as if the series has kind of died down in its energy overall. So before we get started on your lovely questions, let's talk a little bit about the channel. First and foremost, live streaming. Holy shit, you guys have been making the live streams utterly awesome! I can't thank you all enough for the support you've shown, and the general enthusiasm you all bring to the stream just makes it all worthwhile. If you're unfamiliar with it, I typically live stream me playing video games every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday from around 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which means we'll be doing another live stream tomorrow. Yay! I hope to see you all there. The Twitch channel is linked in the description below if you just want to check it out. As for the channel itself, I've been churning out a lot of content recently with all the new stuff popping up on the public test server, so I haven't quite had time to get the Light Assault Carbine video done, or the War Thunder video done, or the frickin' Chivalry video done. So expect the former to be released tomorrow and possibly the latter later this week. Also, I will be going down to Florida for a quick vacation next weekend from the 12th to the 16th, so you might expect a lull in content during that time. It's my first vacation in about 7 years, so hopefully I'll get everything prepped up for the channel before then. I'll get a fan-picked Friday out in time, but sadly I will not be able to be live streaming on Saturday the 12th or Monday the 14th. Regular scheduling will resume on the following Friday, the 17th. I'm sorry there won't be a regular upload of videos for you guys, but we'll get right back into the saddle upon my return and get back to kicking YouTube's ass with getting some more great video game content for all you lovely people. With the newsy stuff out of the way, let's go ahead and answering your questions. I'm so very sorry if I mispronounce the living crap out of your name and accidentally insult your entire family lineage. That's not my intention. So, as you guys can tell, we're doing something a little bit different this time. Getting back with the Facecam, since I originally took the Facecam off because some people complained about it, but now that it's gone, people complained that it was gone, so let's just see how it goes. As I'm sure you guys can tell, we are broadcasting live from the gates of Orgrimmar themselves, so, as you guys can know, we are traveling the world of Warcraft. So a little bit different this time. Gonna try and have more energy, sound more fun, and should overall have a good time. So starting off with Ice Speedy MG, he asks, I have a question, Drath. Would you like the NC to get an underbarrel shotgun that shoots shotguns with shotguns for ammo? I think the NC just needs more shotguns. Context for the fascist and spandex worshippers, the NC has a lot of shotguns. Max shotguns, tank shotguns, our frickin' ESF has a shotgun, for fun's sake. Thank you for your question, dude. Shotguns are not fun, unless they're implemented in a unique way. Recently, I did a little upcoming content video for the Mag Scatter shotgun pistol that's coming out, and that's actually kind of cool. Typically, I'd be like, oh my god, not another shotgun. But it's actually for a slot that we don't have a shotgun for yet. Yay! The implications that they're going to bring in are kind of unique, so I think that having a shotgun secondary for our infantry is kind of cool. Like, my favorite secondary weapon in Battlefield 4 was the Shorty 12 gauge, the little pump action shotgun that had like 3 shells in it. But that, I believe, was a one-hit kill if you're actually able to land all the pellets on your target, but the Mag Scatter is not, so I think it'd be kind of unique. But us having a shotgun on our airplanes, our tanks, our maxes, it's getting a little out of hand. So yeah, shotguns I am a-okay with as long as they're implemented in a cool way that is fun, not a pump action shotgun that instantly kills somebody. I don't really believe that's fun. I think the jackhammer is kind of neat, but not on its burst fire mode. I like its semi-automatic thing. I don't know. Tequila Gaming says, is there a reason people seem to want aircraft to be worthless? God forbid a gunship do its job. Well, in its current state, gunships are kind of bullshit. I mean, gunship, yes, it's supposed to do its job, but when it gets to the point that people aren't having fun with it, then there's no point that it should be in the game. The game should be fun. This game in particular, it goes for authenticity, just like Battlefield, but even Battlefield, the AC-130 is like a piece of shit, so nobody really uses it. It's a big-ass gunship, but if you take into consideration the fun aspect of a video game, which should be fun, then a big-ass thing that shoots down 200 millimeter frickin' cannons of fuck you isn't really fun. Especially when it comes to the fact that ESFs have their rocket pods that just blow you the fuck up, and there's not really a way that you can fight it. That's just not fun. So that's the reasoning behind all the Liberator bitching and the tanks versus infantry, because vehicles in this game are pretty much designed solely to farm the people who are not in vehicles. So that's just why people kind of complain about it. Infantry makes up a large base of the game, which I personally believe that vehicles are just to be used to break up other vehicles and move into a base, where the infantry then goes in and captures the base, since the base should be big enough and fortified enough to where vehicles should not be able to impact the capturing itself of the base. Which, in its current form, if you're in a tank, then you're fucking up every single person inside the base. Case in point are the big-ass watchtowers where tanks can just shell the spawn room and just nobody has a good time, while one dude is sitting in the back getting like 100 kills per minute because he has high explosive shells in his tank, shooting into like a little tiny crevice to where his tank shells blows up and kills a bajillion people. I'm getting a little off topic here, but people just don't really like getting one shot. That's it. If you die and just go, what the fuck killed me, then it's not really like a good game design mechanic. Mandos Destiny says, here's an idea. Faction-specific vehicle classes. Not like a Scythe as compared to a Reaver. I mean like totally different vehicle classes. Maybe an example would be, Banu would have something like a stealth bomber, cloaked entirely until it fires and only has one very high-yield bomb before it has to reload. What do you think of the idea of faction-specific vehicles? I love your videos, always entertaining, and your commentary is distinctly recognizable and unique. Thank you so very much for the kind words and Mandos Destiny. But I personally think that vehicle classes are kind of in the works. I mean, not a Scythe where you can choose either to farm the shit out of an infantry or be a bomber, but more so in the regards to the Valkyrie and the Colossus, where you have distinct roles for that particular vehicle. Like the Valkyrie is hopefully going to be more of a troop transport, like the Harasser was supposed to be, I guess, something like that. I don't know. I think the concept of your bomber thing is really cool, but going off of previously what I said, if it has one bomb and it flies over in stealth and then it unstealths and just drops a bomb and goes stealth again and has to run away and reload, what's that bomb going to do? Is it just going to hurt vehicles, or is it just going to blow the fuck up out of everything underneath it? Because like I said, if you just get one shot by some bomb that you couldn't even see coming to you, then I don't really think that'd be a good game mechanic. But say for example we do have other vehicle classes, like a Reaver that has the little stealth radar thing on it, but does not have a secondary weapon. They act more like a big-ass radar for all the other ESFs in the air. I think that would be pretty cool. In its current state, it's like a really small radius, but I'm talking about something that could cover a kilometer, something I think, which is the a kilometer is map render distance, so you'd be able to see anybody that's coming in unless they have certified it into countering that radar. I think there's a lot of potential. Say for example a Liberator that could shoot smoke grenades. They fly over and just smoke up a whole place and let a group of vehicles advance onto another group of vehicles without any fear of getting blown the fuck up. I don't know. I think vehicles in their current state have a much bigger potential role that they could be filling in regards to like support, defensive, or even force multiplying. So putting up shields for other tanks, playing defensively, being a vanguard that has like I don't know, let's just pretend there's a dude drumming on top. And he's like, come on boys, blow him up! And then all the guns do more damage. I think that'd be kind of neat. Whereas the other team could have the same thing, like the Terran Republic's got some dude playing the trumpet on top of his tank. And everybody does more damage or takes less damage. Who knows? There's a lot of stuff that they could do, especially with the Sunderer. Because in its current state, it's let's transport some dudes, and it's a spawn point. Yeah! I mean, the Gate Shield Diffuser is really cool, but there's so much potential for everything there that people could use. They could use the Sunder as a fucking bridge. You deploy it, and it puts out a frickin' bridge thingy over you, so people could use that to scale up walls, or possibly go make a bridge. Who knows? We're in a sci-fi environment, and there's so much more that we could use for all of our vehicles. Next up, Alex Chapman asks, what do you think about SOE turning the Valkyrie into the Falcon from Halo Reach? Instead of 2 rumble seats, there would be 2 mounted machine guns to help its offensive capabilities instead of just 1 nose gun. Also, what do you think about infantry combat right now? More frequently, battles are being completely overrun by heavy assaults and shotgun users. Thank you for your question, Alex Chapman. The Valkyrie, like I was saying with rolls, has so much potential with it. I personally think that the rumble seats should indeed be like 2 mounted machine guns, or if they're just going to keep them rumble seats, that's perfectly fine. I would love to see some of the infantry, anti-infantry mana turrets, or possibly like mounted basilisks on the Valkyrie. But obviously to counteract that, the gunner of the Valkyrie would have to be reduced in efficiency. So I don't know. Of course, if there were basilisks or the anti-infantry mana turrets, there would be no shields. People would be really, really vulnerable. So I'm just imagining a dumbfire rocket hitting the side and just blowing up everybody inside. Aside from the driver and the gunner, of course, which would be kind of neat. And, of course, the Valkyrie could be used as a squad-only vehicle. Squad transportation vehicle, rather. Which I mean by, in its current state, it's driver, gunner, 2 rumble seats, and 2 passengers, I think? It's been a while since I've checked up on it. But I honestly think that they need to have, like, 6 slots total. 8? I don't know. Numbers are crappy in my head right now. Not even thinking about it. What do I think about the infantry fights being completely overrun by heavy assaults and shotgun users? I actually have not seen that. Typically, I've been playing on Hossin a lot recently, and shotguns aren't very competitive there. What I've noticed completely, though, is people with high rate of fire weaponry are dominating Hossin. Typically. As long as you're in a facility. And heavy assaults are supposed to be overrunning the shit out of people. They're designed to be the anti-infantry dudes. So if they're overrunning your forces, they're doing their job. Get some infiltrators to counter them, shoot them in the head. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Pretty much infantry fights seem to be in a good spot right now. What I have noticed, though, is infantry fights are all based on who has more maxes. That's all it is. Whichever team has more maxes typically wins, and that is really boring in my opinion. Rune Pinrod asks, what about letting us actually use those massive guns they have installed at some tech plants? I'm sure we've all seen them. That would be something new. 1 massive gun that has an overheating feature where you can only fire it, I don't know, 10 to 15 seconds. Also, how about a floating fortress in the sky? Let me know what you think, parentheses, or smiley face. Thank you for your question, Rune Pinrod. I would personally love those. Say, you said the floating fortresses. I would love some Titans from the 2142 game, Battlefield 2142, where the Titans where a commander would drive this massive fucking airship through the sky. That would be freaking awesome, considering they would be really hard to get. I would assume they would be outfit specific. Say, for example, your outfit leader has been pooling resources, which the resource revamp should be happening soon. So if you could purchase a Titan and fly that around and use that as a forward spawn, that'd be amazing. And the way to counter it, as you say, would be with a tech plant, or an easy way to counter it, rather, would be with a tech plant. Use those big ass railguns that they have inside there, and just pop rounds into it. Man, I'm getting hot in here. It would be really neat. It would also help the defenders ward off vehicles that were attacking, but currently tech plants have like 8 Aspis or phalanx turrets, anti-vehicle phalanx turrets resting upon them. So the big ass frickin' railgun would be pretty cool to see, but I just don't know how it'd be implemented without having a massive, massive target for them to hit. I guess that would have to come out when the Colossus tanks eventually happen sooner or later. I don't know, probably 5 years from now. Darth Jackin asks Drath, what is your all-time favorite class and weapon in Planetside 2? Okay, this might come as a surprise to you guys, but it is the New Conglomerate Heavy Assault with a Gauss Saw. Whenever I'm playing a Heavy Assault on the New Conglomerate team, if I'm using anything but a Gauss Saw, and I would die, I would typically go, damn it, I could have killed that dude if I had a Gauss Saw. So pretty much new conglomerate with the NC6 Gauss. It's my favorite gun. It's got a really low rate of fire of 500 rounds per minute. And with that really low rate of fire, there's practically no recoil on the gun. So you can pop a 3.4 times scope on it and just snipe the shit out of people, which is personally what I love to do. It's my favorite gun. I love it. So there you go. There you have it, you sexy beasts. Hopefully you enjoyed this week's Subscriber Sunday Q&A more so than the previous. I'm back to the Facecam, so let me know whether you liked it or not. If you've got a question you are just dying to ask me, go ahead and type it up in the comment section below or through a private YouTube message, and I'll answer another handful in next week's episode. Check out the description to follow the channel's social outlets, click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one.